Are you wondering how to hold an effective coaching session with your clients? This is something I often get asked and is a big holdup for a lot of new coaches, not really knowing what to do with their clients in the session. How do you make sure that you're showing up as a good coach, that your clients are getting the results they want, that they're getting their money's worth out of working with you? And so in this week's video, I'm going to go through the things that you want to consider and put in place to really show up as an effective coach and help your clients get the very best results. So first, I want to just check in with you. Is this something that you find that you struggle with, that you're maybe feeling insecure about? Like, how do I do my coaching sessions? If it is, let me know in the comments below. Give me a yes, and we'll dive into really the things you want to be thinking about, so you know what to do when you have coaching sessions. So the first thing that I want to go through, because I think this is one of the biggest mindset things that holds a lot of coaches back, is thinking that there is a right way to coach and a way that you have to show up. So a lot of coaches do specific coaching programs and they learn different ways of coaching, such as motivational interviewing, and they feel like they have to stick to this structure and really coach in this very specific way. And I find that it holds a lot of coaches back because they're not able to use their intuition and just really be present with their clients because they're worried about trying to coach the right way. And I had this experience myself after having coached for a while. I went back and I did some additional coach training, and this program had a very specific way that they wanted you to coach. And it was great because I learned some really good things. But when I tried to coach and really follow this very specific format and show up this way, I was all in my head about trying to coach the right way, and I wasn't being present with my clients and not being a really good coach. So the first thing I want to do is give you permission to just let go of the rules and show up as yourself and coach and not get caught up in doing it the right way. We're all different and different things work for different people. Don't get caught up in having to coach in a way that works maybe for one specific person and then they start teaching everyone how to coach this way, right? Like, that was the right way for that person, may not be the very best way for you to show up and coach. And so I think this alone just gives you a lot of freedom and it allows you to show up more authentically and just be more present with your client when you're not getting caught up in the right way to do it. Okay. So that's the first thing I want to go through. The second thing is that when you're coaching, you really need to know what the goals are of your client, not your goals for the client, your client's goals, because this is what you're really focused on, and this is what you're really creating your program around, right? We need to know what is the destination, what's the final destination that your client wants to get to through your work together. And the other thing that's really important to know is why. Why do they want this result? How will their life be different? Why is it important to them? This is their motivation to working together, their motivation to wanting to get this result. And understanding this as a coach for your clients is important, and for them being aware of this is really important as well. The other thing is understanding what are the challenges or the roadblocks that are standing in your client's way right now. So what is standing between them and where they are now and where they want to go? And as a coach, you want to understand this for your clients, and you want your clients to be aware of this and understand this as well. Okay, so before you even start working together, really on your initial coaching session, maybe through some forms that you have your clients fill out, you want to get clear with this from the very beginning, because it's going to help guide all of your sessions, right? Because everything that you're doing is helping people get the end result that they're wanting to achieve. Okay, so the next thing is really, this goes kind of to the next step as far as what people want to achieve, but knowing that your program is going to guide them from where they are now to where they want to go. and understanding what your client needs to do to get those results. As a coach, you're kind of like the doctor, right? You're kind of diagnosing. You want to come from the place of being the expert and knowing, okay, if my client is here and they want to go here, what are the different things that we're going to have to go through to get them to that point? And there's really 3 things that you want to think about. So what do they need to do? So what are the actual action steps that they need to do to get the result? What do they need to know? So this goes more into really teaching, what do they maybe need to know that they don't already know yet? So a lot of times when we think about health challenges, wanting to lose weight, there's certain things your clients just may not know around food and healthy eating and how your body processes food that you can teach them that will be very helpful to them, right? So what do they need to know? And this also goes kind of into the second piece, which is just understanding really what may be going on that's keeping them stuck as well. So you want to go through these things with your clients because these are the things that are going to really help them create that transformation that they want. Okay. So each week then there's really 3 things that you want to bring into your coaching session with your clients. So it's the teaching piece. So once again, what is it they need to learn that they may not already know? You need to bring in that teaching piece. The second piece is any helpful resources. So this means handouts, books that may be helpful to them, videos, worksheets, that type of thing each week. If something is helpful, you want to have some sort of resource that may be helpful to your client. It isn't necessary, but you want to think about this and is there something that would be helpful? And the third thing would be, what are the specific action steps that client needs to take that week to help them move forward towards their goal? Okay, so these are the 3 things: the teaching, the resources, and the action steps. So each week, if you're kind of thinking about, okay, what do I want to have this week with my clients? Those are the main things that you want to have. It's going to be what really helps get some structure in your program and helps your clients get results. So I want to talk specifically about the action step piece because this is really a process that you do with your clients. And you aren't telling them what to do necessarily. You're coming up with a plan with your client, okay? And taking action is one of the biggest things that keeps people stuck because of all their excuses and because they don't really know maybe how to do it, when to do it. And so you really want to break this down for your clients. What are the specific action steps that they need to be taking, and help them even put it into their schedule. Break it down really simple. If they need to go and buy healthy food and make healthy meals, when are they going to go to the grocery store? When are they meal prepping? What do they need to buy? You can really get specific and help them break down this nitty gritty because this is where a lot of people get stuck. They get overwhelmed. And so if you can really help them plan and get these action steps in place, it's going to help them get really good results, okay? And this also, as coaches, we're problem solvers, right? So a lot of times your clients will be like, but I have this problem, or but this is holding me back. I don't have the time to go to the grocery store. I don't have the time to meal prep. How can you be a problem solver with your client to help them figure out how they actually can make this happen, okay? Super, super powerful. So the next thing to know is that, okay, this is really, really important. And where a lot of coaches get stuck is that they think when it comes to giving your clients their money's worth, that more is more. And you have to give your clients more sessions, more handouts, more of everything. And if you're giving them more, that it's more valuable. And this is what I want to tell you. The truth is that less is more. So I want to give you an example. Let's say I was a coach and I specialize in helping people stop smoking. And I was like, I have 2 different program options. One program is that we can have, let's say, 2 sessions together. We're going to meet, we're going to talk on the phone for, 30 minutes. And at the end of those sessions, I feel confident that you will never want to smoke again. Okay, that's option one. Option number two is that we are going to work together for 6 months, and I'm going to give you 100 handouts, and we're going to meet for 45 minutes every week. And I'm going to give you lots of exercises to do, lots of videos to watch, books to read. That's your second option. And at the end of that time, I feel confident that you will not want to smoke anymore. You'll be done smoking. So if I were asking you which option would you want, do you want option number one or option number two? I think you're going to pick option number one, right? It sounds better. It sounds easier. It sounds less complicated. And so this isn't about like trying to promise clients something ridiculous, like you're going to lose, 20 pounds in 2 weeks or something. Like that's insane, right? Like that doesn't make any sense. But it means don't give your clients a bunch of crap that they don't need or isn't helpful because you think that giving them more is more value. It's not, okay? I've worked with a coach before and she gave me like tons of handouts, like all these examples, and I was overwhelmed. Like, just give me what I need and what's going to be most helpful, not a bunch of stuff, because most people will get overwhelmed, right? So I want you to really think about this. Less is more, okay? And give people the absolute minimum of what they need to actually get the result. Don't just give them a bunch of stuff because you think if you give them more, it makes your program more valuable. It does not. It's actually much harder to create a program that is, I would say, minimalistic in what you're giving people and helping them get results. And this is what you want to do though. You want to focus on like, what's the least? How can I make this the simplest? Okay. If you understand this, it will make a huge difference for you because like I said, there's a lot of people out there that are thinking, I just need to throw all this stuff at people because more is more, and it's not. Okay. So the last little piece of advice that I give you as far as your coaching sessions, take notes with your clients so you can remember, kind of what you did with your clients each week. And each week when they come back, you're really wanting to celebrate the wins, what went well, and look at the challenges and address the challenges. Where are they getting stuck? And this can really guide your program and the order that you're working with people in. If you have a one-on-one program, if you have some sort of like a group program, then you have a bit more of a set structure. But when you're working with people one-on-one, you can really let the client guide the topics for the week based on what it is that they are struggling with. Okay. So these are my tips for you when it comes to running a really effective coaching sessions with your clients. Let me know if you found these tips helpful. And I think that when you start putting these practices in place, actually, I feel confident that when you do, that you'll really be able to show up as an amazing coach and help your clients get awesome results. Okay. So thank you so much for joining me with this week's video. If you found it helpful, give it a thumbs up. If you want more videos like this, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, hit the little bell, and you'll get a notification each time I post a new video. And if you're wanting to dive a bit deeper into the steps of building a profitable coaching business, I have a free training that walks you through that, and I will link it below this video. So thanks again for joining me, and I will see you next week.